All right, let's fucking talk about this Cliff Kingsbury shit show. The dude got kicked to the curb by the Cardinals, warmed his seat at USC for a minute, and now he's the offensive coordinator for the Commanders.
And wouldn't you know it, at least 4 teams are sniffing around thinking about making him their head coach. It's fucking nuts.
What the hell is going on? The guy couldn't string together wins in Arizona, and now everyone thinks he's the next big thing.
It's all about the quarterbacks, man. The guy knows how to get them to play. Look at Jaden Daniels, the Commanders rookie. He's having a breakout season with Kingsbury calling the plays.
Yeah, but Arizona was a total disaster under Kingsbury. His teams choked every goddamn year. Was that Kyler Murray, or was Kingsbury a part of that shit show?
Nobody knows for sure. The Cardinals haven't exactly been setting the league on fire without Kingsbury, so it's hard to tell what was what.
So is this guy some kind of quarterback whisperer?
He knows how to work with talent, that's for sure. Remember, he coached Caleb Williams at USC under Lincoln Riley. Williams won the Heisman that year, and Kingsbury's offense had a lot to do with that.
True, but I've also heard Kingsbury might not even want to be a head coach right now.
That wouldn't surprise me. He's got a sweet gig in Washington. Playoff team. Daniels is playing out of his mind. Good relationship with the organization. Why fuck that up? Remember, he turned down the Raiders' OC job to go to Washington? It's obvious he wanted to build something there.
But wouldn't it be tempting to jump ship for a head coaching job? I mean, isn't that what every coach in the NFL wants?
Yeah, but maybe Kingsbury's playing the long game. Maybe he's thinking, let me build my reputation in Washington, win some playoff games, and then I can take my pick of head coaching jobs.
That's a damn good point. If the Commanders keep winning, his stock is only going up.
Exactly. And all eyes are on that upcoming playoff game against the Buccaneers, rematch of their Week 1 loss. It's going to be a huge test for Kingsbury and the Commanders.
Tampa Bay kicked their asses in that first game, 37-20. But the Commanders are playing like a different team now. Daniels has gotten a lot better as the season went on.
Absolutely. This playoff game is a huge opportunity for both Kingsbury and Daniels. If they can pull off the upset, Kingsbury's stock will go through the roof. Can you imagine the headlines? Kingsbury gets revenge. Commanders upset Buccaneers in the playoffs.
A lot of teams would be kicking themselves for passing on him if that happened. It'll be interesting to see how Daniels handles the pressure of a playoff game. Is he the real deal, or is he just a product of Kingsbury's system?
Everyone will be watching to see if Daniels can handle the heat. If he plays well, it'll be hard to argue with Kingsbury's ability to develop quarterbacks. This playoff game could change everything for Kingsbury. Win or lose, shit's about to get real.
Everything's on the line.
This whole thing is a perfect example of how crazy the coaching carousel is. One game can change everything in this league.
So let's break down this playoff game a little. What are the keys to victory for both sides?
First, you got to look at the quarterbacks. Daniels will be under center for the Commanders, and it looks like it'll be Baker Mayfield starting for the Buccaneers.
Mayfield had an okay season, but he's no Tom Brady.
Not even close. And the Buccaneers' defense isn't what it used to be either.
So you're saying the Commanders might actually have the advantage on offense? That's insane.
It's possible. Daniels can make plays with his arm and his legs. If he protects the ball and extends plays, the Commanders could score a lot of points.
Don't forget about Tampa Bay's running game, though.
That's true. They'll try to control the clock and keep Daniels off the field as much as they can. 2 totally different styles. The Commanders want to go fast and spread the ball around, and the Buccaneers are going to try to grind it out on the ground.
And let's not forget special teams. Tampa Bay has one of the best kickers in the league with Ryan Sakop. Field goals could be the difference in this game.
It's a close matchup on paper. Both teams have strengths and weaknesses.
But when it comes down to it, coaching might be the deciding factor.
Absolutely. This is where Kingsbury needs to step up. Outsmart Todd Bowles, the Buccaneers head coach, and put his players in a position to succeed. An upset here would be huge for Kingsbury.
It would show everyone he learned from his mistakes in Arizona and that he's ready to be a head coach again.
For sure. So, what can we expect from Kingsbury in this game? Any bold predictions?
I think he's going to let Daniels air it out. He knows this is his chance to impress any teams that might be watching.
A high-scoring shootout would definitely get people's attention. I bet we see some trick plays, too. Maybe a flea flicker or a double pass.
Kingsbury loves his trick plays. Remember the Philly special in the Super Bowl? That shit was legendary.
Of course. Genius play call. So we're predicting a close, exciting game with lots of offense and maybe a few surprises.
That's what I'm thinking. It's going to be a hell of a game. Now, let's talk about Kingsbury's time in Arizona. What the fuck went wrong there? They had talent, but could never put it all together.
That's a tough one. It's complicated.
But the story everyone tells is that he just couldn't win the big games. They made the playoffs once, but they were never a serious Super Bowl contender.
That's true. And he made some questionable decisions along the way. Clock management issues, some bad play calls in big moments. Those things add up.
And then there were the rumors about his relationship with Kyler Murray. That shit went south fast.
Yeah, they apparently didn't see eye to eye. Some people say Kingsbury wasn't hard enough on Murray, who's kind of a diva. Hard to say who deserves more blame for their problems, but in the end, Kingsbury got fired.
That's how it goes in the NFL. Head coaches are always one bad season away from getting canned. How much blame should Kingsbury get for the Cardinals' failures?
It's hard to say for sure. Some things were out of his control, but he definitely made mistakes. Even people who don't like him admit he's a brilliant offensive coach. Creative, innovative, knows how to get the best out of quarterbacks. Maybe he just needed a fresh start.
And it looks like he's getting that with the Commanders. But the question is, can he have that same success as a head coach? That's what everyone wants to know.
The million-dollar question. And we might get the answer sooner than we think. If he keeps winning, someone's going to give him another shot. The NFL loves offensive gurus.
And Kingsbury might just be that guy. He's got the talent, the experience, and now he has the opportunity to prove himself. It's all up to him.
This is his chance to write a new chapter in his story, and it could be a damn good one. Let's dig into Kingsbury's coaching style. The guy is known for his offensive schemes and his willingness to try crazy shit.
He's a risk taker, that's for sure. Keeps the defenses guessing.
His offense is a weird mix of stuff. He played for Mike Leach at Texas Tech, Mr. Air Raid himself, and then he spent time with Sean McVay in the Rams, one of the most explosive offenses in the league.
So it's like the Air Raid meets the McVay system with his own little twist.
Exactly. Takes the best parts of both and makes it his own.
And it's working. Daniels is balling out in that system.
Kingsbury knows how to tailor his offense to the quarterback. Did it with Murray in Arizona, doing it again with Daniels in Washington.
What's the secret? How does he get these guys to play so well?
I think it's trust. He lets his quarterbacks make decisions, run the show. He's not up their ass every play, gives them freedom within the system.
Maybe that's why his quarterbacks love playing for him.
They feel respected. They're not just robots running plays. They're part of the process.
And that translates to wins.
When a quarterback is confident, he plays better.
It's not all about the quarterback, though. Kingsbury likes to run the ball, too.
Balance is key. Can't be one-dimensional. Got to run the ball, especially in the playoffs.
The Commanders got a good one, Brian Robinson Jr.
He's perfect for Kingsbury's offense. Tough, physical, can wear down a defense. Passing game, running game, all working together.
When it's clicking, Kingsbury's offense is unstoppable.
Let's be real, though. He's gotten shit for some of his play calling. Some of his decisions have been questionable.
Yeah, some head scratchers for sure. But everyone makes mistakes.
Of course. But if he wants to prove he can be a head coach, he's got to show he can learn from those mistakes, make the right calls under pressure, and win the big games.
This playoff game against the Bucs is a huge chance to shut everyone up. An upset would be huge for him.
It would show the league he's a better coach now, that his time in Arizona was a learning experience.
Okay, let's talk about the Cardinals. That shit ended badly. What the hell happened?
It was a mess. The team sucked, he fought with the front office, and his relationship with Kyler Murray blew up.
That Murray thing went south fast.
Different philosophies about the game, about work ethic, about leadership.
And Kingsbury got fired.
The Cardinals thought it was time for a change.
But Kingsbury didn't stay unemployed for long. Ended up at USC as an offensive analyst.
Smart move. Step back, recharge, learn from another offensive genius, Lincoln Riley.
Sounds like that experience got him fired up again. He's back in the NFL, ready to prove himself.
He wants to show everyone he can win at the highest level. This playoff game against the Bucs is his chance. Time to shine.
All right, let's wrap this up. Is Cliff Kingsbury the real deal, or is he all hype?
I think he's legit, smart, creative, passionate. He's got what it takes to be a successful head coach in this league. But he still needs to prove a few things.
Like what?
Handle the pressure, make the right decisions when it matters, win games consistently.
He's on the right track, but this playoff game is a big test.
If he keeps winning, he'll get another shot at being a head coach. It's just a matter of time.
We'll be watching.
This guy is one to watch.
This playoff game is huge for Kingsbury's future.
Yeah.
It could make or break his chances of getting another head coaching job.
If he can beat the Bucs, a team with a history of winning in the playoffs, it'll send a message to the whole league. It'll prove that Kingsbury can win when the pressure is on.
A win would validate everything: his offense, his leadership, his ability to work with a young quarterback.
A playoff win would change his career.
What if they get blown out?
It wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would raise some questions. Teams would wonder why he couldn't beat a Bucs team that everyone thinks is beatable. They'd be picking apart his play calling, his clock management, everything.
It would take some of the shine off, for sure. It would still be a hot commodity, but the hype would die down a bit.
A loss would hurt, But he's young, he's creative, he's got potential.
So even with the loss, he could still get a head coaching job next season.
Probably. But he'd have to answer some tough questions. He'd have to convince teams that he's learned from his mistakes, that he's a better coach now, and that he deserves another shot.
Wouldn't be easy.
Nope. But it's possible.
What are the biggest factors for Kingsbury in this game? What does he need to do to win?
It all starts with Jaden Daniels. If Daniels plays well, protects the ball, and leads the Commanders to a win, Kingsbury will get most of the credit.
Quarterbacks, man. They get all the glory when things go right and all the blame when they screw up.
That's the NFL. If Daniels balls out, Kingsbury looks like a genius. If Daniels shits the bed, Kingsbury gets the heat.
Tough job for an offensive coach. Your career is riding on your quarterback.
But it's not just about Daniels. Kingsbury needs to have a great game plan. Outcoach Todd Bowles, the Bucs head coach. Make adjustments during the game. Handle the pressure.
He needs to show everyone what he's really made of.
This is his chance to prove himself. This game is an audition for his future.
So can Cliff Kingsbury step up and lead the Commanders to a playoff upset?
We'll find out on Sunday night.
It's going to be a wild one. It's the playoffs. Anything can happen.
That's what makes it fun.
Well, that's our take on the Cliff Kingsbury saga.
It's been a hell of a ride.
We'll be back with another deep dive. Until then, peace out.